All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. In this video, we're going to talk about Errol Spence Jr. and the person in Terence Crawford's camp making very thinly veiled accusations. Errol Spence Jr. has been absolved of that with proof given by Vada. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. In this video, we're going to talk about Errol Spence Jr., Victor Conte, who is in Terence Crawford's camp now, I suppose, who have made accusations around Errol Spence and a cover-up about his Vada testing. That has now been debunked, and we will show you and talk about that in this video. Now, before I get into that, though, I want to welcome you back to the channel. If you are a longtime subscriber to the channel, thank you so much for your continued support on the channel. Thank you so much for continuing to watch the videos, chop it up with me in the live streams and in the comment section of the comments. Even if we don't always agree, definitely love the conversations. If you're not subscribed to the channel or a supporter of the channel, please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, so you could be notified of when we release more videos. We do them pretty much every day and live streams every day. You guys would definitely enjoy the channel. All right, so here you go. Victor Conte, who is a very well-known figure in the sports world around the subject of performance-enhancing drugs. He has been saying some things, and also some reporters for Ring Magazine have said that Errol Spence Jr. and the PBC had been hiding their confirmation that they have been testing and participating in Vada testing. Now, if you're not familiar with Vada testing, little background on Vada testing. Vada is called the Voluntary Anti-Doping Association, and it is a body that is headed by Margaret Goodman, longtime ringside doctor in boxing for years and years and years. And they have what is considered by many the most rigorous testing protocol for performance enhancing drugs. There are other bodies involved in it as well, like WADA, the World Anti-Doping Agency, USADA, I think that's U.S. Anti-Doping Agency, but the premier or the top of the line drug testing or performance enhancing drug protocol is administered by Vada. Now, according to Victor Conte, Errol Spence Jr. has not given proof, or PBC have not given proof, that they are actually they are enrolled in Vada, and this came up in the lead in to the Errol Spence Jr. UGAS UGAS fight. Now, what happened after that was Errol Spence Jr. said, went back and forth with Victor Conte, basically talking about how this guy, he didn't say it himself, he just retweeted what other people had to say about the issue, which was that this guy was not trustworthy, right? He had this background, and most people know about the background where he in I believe it was in the early 1990s, was involved in this big performance enhancing PED scandal with this company called Balco. And a lot of athletes got caught up, got their name put out there for having been getting products from Balco. Some of the most notable one for me is Marion Jones, who was a multiple time Olympic gold medalist. Career just went down in flames with that. Now, to claim that Errol Spence Jr. has not reported in all this, Vada themselves have released a letter, and this letter it says the following. It says, to Mauricio Suleiman, President, Mr. Alonzo Levon, Vice President of the WBC. It's to Daryl Peebles, who is the president of the International Boxing Federation, which is the IBF. Mr. Gilberto Mendoza, who's the president of the WBA, and Mr. Mike Mazzulli, who's the president of the Association of Boxing Commissions. The Association of Boxing Commissions is the quasi-federal agency that oversees all of the sanctioned bodies. The reason why the letter is being sent to them is because they are the sanctioning bodies and the organization that oversees the sanctioning bodies. And it's RE about Vada enrollment. And this is what it says. It says, "Dear Mr. Alvarez, Mr. Erickson, Mr. Heyman," also, I'm sorry, it also went to Al Heyman, "Tom Brown of TGB Promotions, Mr. Suleiman, Mr. Leon, Mr. Peoples, Mr. Mendoza, and Mr. Manzuli." Notice who they are informing. They are informing everybody that matters. Okay? Now, who does not matter? Who is not on this list? The media is not on this list. The Victor Conti is not on this list. Ring Magazine is not on this list. This list is not published. This is not a letter that is published to the website. It is published to the people that are responsible for certifying the fight and putting on the fight, because it is a requirement for them to have the drug, for them to have the PED testing. The letter goes, "Please be advised that Mr. Errol Spence and Mr. YORDENIS UGAS have entered the Voluntary Anti-Doping Association, Vada, program. They will be subject to random, unannounced testing through April 16th, 2022. We will keep the Texas Combative Sports Program, TGB, Heyman Boxing, the WBC, IBF, WBA, and the ABC apprised of all results of both A and B samples. Do not hesitate to contact me or Vada's chief legal counsel, Ryan Conley, and they'll give his email there if you have any questions or concerns." Now, what does that mean? It means without a doubt that Errol Spence Jr. and YORDENIS UGAS were involved in Vada testing. And it also gives the name of the person that you can contact to find out whether or not somebody is actually signed up. Now, who would that be? It would not be their website. It would be, according to this letter, their chief legal counsel, Ryan Conley. All of this conversation about whether or not Errol Spence Jr. was on testing for performance-enhancing drugs or not was nothing but a bunch of drama. And to boot, we also have a letter, just so that you know, also saying that Errol Spence Jr. was actually being tested before that, because it says back in June of 2021, June 10th, 2021, it says, "Please be advised, there's another letter that's released." This came from Keith Ideka Boxing Scene. "Please be advised, Emmanuel Pacquiao and Errol Spence Jr. have entered the Voluntary Anti-Doping Agency." And the note says exactly the same thing. So Errol was involved in Vada, was signed up for Vada testing for the Manny Pacquiao fight that was going to take place was supposed to take place in August 21st. Because I do believe that was the date that was supposed to take place, August 21st. That's what the date said. They'll be subject to random, unannounced testing through August 21st. That's the day of the fight. And this next fight, so he had been under Vada testing for a considerable amount of time. Not just this fight for the first one, but the last one as well. So all of that talk that people have about, Errol's not testing, he's on, all that stuff is absolutely out of there, because the man, they have released letters specifically laying out that this man had been tested. So hopefully this will put all of that to rest. Anyway, you let me know what you think in the comment section. That's all I have on the subject. And with that, I'm out. Peace.